Hi, I'm Tammy Blackard-Cook.
And I'm Christine Dix, and we're with Aspire Counseling Group. You may have been hearing a lot about resiliency these days, and we're here to talk with you a little bit about resiliency and something known as the resilient zone that we all have within us. When we're in our resilient zone, we're able to go up and down with life's challenges and sort of have access to all of our good thinking skills. We feel like ourselves, we're flexible, and we're adaptable. And that's when we feel most normal and like ourselves. And all of us have different wits within our resiliency zone. So based on life experiences, based on skills that we may have learned, some of us have very wide resiliency zones and have great capacity, and others of us have fairly narrow ones. The good news is we work with a lot of people to learn skills that help us to stay within these resiliency zones and to return to them more frequently, because we can't always stay there.
No,
Right.
no, we don't always stay there. And that's just the way life is. So we wanted to give you a little example about our resilient zone and what happens when we're in it and when we're not in it. So let's say, for example, because this happens to us every day, probably to a lot of you every day, you get in your car and you're driving to work and somebody cuts you off in traffic. I mean, there are a lot of days when that does not bump you out of your zone. I mean, it might annoy you, but you kind of handle it, you deal with it, and you keep going, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's some days that happens and we get bumped out of our resilient zone. I mean, maybe we had a bad morning that morning and our resiliency zone was just narrower that morning. So we want to also explain to you what it looks like when you get bumped out of your zone. So there are, we'll call them lightning bolt moments, when we have something either really big and traumatic happen to us, or we're reminded of something really big and traumatic, or just something stressful and we've had a bad morning and it bumps us out of our zone. So we can become stuck on high, bumped out of our zone on the high end, or we can be stuck on low, bumped out of our zone on the low end. So when we get bumped out on high, we might feel amped up, reactive, rageful, angry, anxious, panicky. We can also feel pain in our body when we're stuck on high. Or we can be stuck on low. And when we're stuck on low, we might feel sadness, isolation, fatigue, tiredness, numbness. Yeah. You can also feel pain when you're stuck on low. And we're going to teach you some skills from the community resiliency model. And there's 6 wellness skills. And the skills are designed to help us when we get bumped out of our zone to come back into our resilient zone.
And when we're in that zone, we make better decisions. Again, we feel more like ourselves, and we're able to flex with life's challenges.
Yeah. So stay tuned to our channel, and we'll be teaching you all about the 6 wellness zones of the community resiliency model. If you liked what you saw today, subscribe to our channel so you'll get notifications about more great content.
And if you're needing extra support and are in the Triangle area, give us a call at 919-229-9834, and we'd be happy to help.